Hello and welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial, I will be giving you an overview on partitioning of ADSO in SAP BW4HANA. So the content of this tutorial is what is partitioning of an ADSO in SAP BW4HANA, the background, then the types of partitioning available, and then the discussion on each type. So it is important to know that what is partitioning or what is the need for partitioning. We do partitioning for table, and here ADSO can be considered as a table. Like ADSO has table like inbound table, active table, changelog table. So we do partitioning to manage the large number of data, or if you find that there can be possibility that this ADSO can grow significantly for over the next period of time, then it is important to distribute the data set into several units. That's called the partitioning. So the dividing the entire data set into smaller units, that's what we call as partitioning. And partitioning is done when this SAP HANA table or partition can contain 2 billion rows, and if you do that, it can improve the system performance during the data analysis. And also it is needed if you use DTO, the data tiering optimization. And here in the right side you can see that this is a example how this manual distribution can be done. Like you can distribute the, suppose your ADSO is having a field called cal year, and you can distribute the data into several year by year distribution. So that I will be also showing you in the coming slide. Now we are coming into the types of partitioning. So as I said that this tutorial is for ADSO partitioning, so we have type 1 and type 2, that is primary level partitioning and secondary level partitioning. And in the primary level partitioning we have the hash partitioning, and which is mostly automatic by default, and it is generated at the time of activating the ADSO. And on the other side, the secondary level partitioning is divided into two ways. One is the ADSO inbound and changelog table, and the other one is the ADSO active table. And the ADSO active table, it is mostly manual maintenance, and whereas the inbound and changelog table, and it can be done automatically or by default. So that's what I will be showing you in the coming slides, and I will be explaining in detail. So the first one is the primary level partitioning, and here as I said that only hash partitioning is part of this primary level partitioning. So the hash partitioning are created during the creation of an ADSO. When you create and activate the ADSO, automatically the system creates hash partitioning for that ADSO. So then system decides how to distribute the data in various scale out nodes in your HANA system. You would have different nodes where data is getting stored. So the system will decide that automatically by this hash partitioning concept, where to store the data, how much, like in master data or in other nodes. And on the other side, in the secondary level partitioning, as I said that it is relevant for active table and also for inbound and changelog table. So it can be divided into two ways, and that I'll be describing in the coming slide. First one is the ADSO inbound and changelog table, and this partitioning is also called as dynamic range partitioning. It is only for ADSO, and it is only relevant for inbound and changelog table for an ADSO, and it is available in SAP HANA Service SP8 Service Pack. And how can you enable this dynamic range partitioning? You have to go to your HANA Studio, then visit to this tab configuration, and there you can find the option called partitioning node. There you have to add this parameter like allow dynamic range partitioning with value true. If you can do that, then in your system all the ADSO will be allowed for this dynamic range partitioning. And here it is based on your request TSN. This value is available in inbound and changelog table. So once you allow this dynamic range partitioning, then your system automatically distributes the data into your various scale out nodes based on this request TSN value. So it will be completely decided by system. We just need to configure the parameter in the HANA Studio. Now we are coming to the next and the last slide of this tutorial, and it is the secondary level partitioning for active table, as I showed here in this first slide, that active table, and it is the manual maintenance. So let me describe that. It can be referred to range partitioning as well, and it is only for ADSO with active table. Then how can you enable this manual maintenance? You have to go to ADSO modeling. There you can find the tab called settings, and there you can take any key fields like here in this example as gal month, and you can distribute the data manually. As you can see that here it is distributed from 2013 and up to, you can distribute as long as you want. And so this partitioning is called static partitioning. And also in SAP HANA we have option for dynamic partitioning. In dynamic partitioning we no need to set this manual entries, because it will automatically take as per the data comes into the ADSO. But in the case of static partitioning, we have to manually enter this or manually set up this partitioning. That is all about this tutorial. I believe you have understood it well about the partitioning concept of an ADSO. Please comment below if you want to know more about the partitioning or any concept in BW4HANA or any other SAP module. And please also like the tutorial if you have liked it. And please also look into the other tutorials. I've given the links in the below description, which you can learn and know a lot on SAP. Thank you for watching.